Welcome to Week and Geek, your new comics preview for March 6th. I'm Mike Ortiz.
I'm the Chris Brown. It is, we're officially, I guess, our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, we're starting our 3rd year. It was 2 years ago that we started this.
Indeed. Now, the funny thing is, technically, episodes 104 and 105 are going to be right on top of each other. 104 is also going to appear today, yesterday. Yeah. Slightly before this one.
Yeah, so you get a double dose of Week and Geek for our 2-year anniversary.
But we weren't going to miss you. You know, we're sorry, and I want to make an official apology to Christopher Owen. He was panicking.
Yeah.
He was a little upset. He wanted at least a list. He's like, I don't even know what to grab. What are the top picks? What are we doing?
There were some technical difficulties beyond our control.
Yeah, not much we could do, but we're back on track, and we're good to go. So
happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, happy birthday to you, sir. We are... And congratulations to all of you who have had the pleasure of spending 2 years with us.
Mm-hmm. You are smart comic book fans.
So I am going to start off here with Avengers number 7. This, they just keep hammering these things out.
I'm behind on this book.
I am caught up on this one. This is the Jonathan Hickman book. We got Dustin Weaver on our this time around.
Who should be drawing S.H.I.E.L.D. instead of this, but...
Oh, is that? Okay. Yeah. Well, we're probably never going to see the end of that S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, actually, he did say, I read this today, that as soon as he's done with these Avengers issues, he's finished the 5th issue of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he starts the 6th as soon as he's done with this. So we will be getting S.H.I.E.L.D. sometime in 2013.
Now, when he's done with this, how many issues of Avengers is he doing? He's not doing...
Only like 2 or 3. And then he's rotating off. And...
Oh, this is Dustin Weaver.
Yeah.
You're saying, gotcha, okay.
Oh, yeah. Hickman's done. It's Weaver that's behind.
Gotcha. Yeah, this has been a good book. It's been... I keep saying this with this book. I know it's getting somewhere. He is taking more time to set all of his, ducks in a row than he took for Fantastic Four. And he's introducing us to characters and that thing, but I know it's going to get crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of a strange thing here. If you look at this cover image, you'll notice it looks remarkably like the old promo image for the new universe.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because they're introducing...
Last issue was a guy named Night Mask, so yeah.
What's the White Event, right? Is that what they're...
Yep. If anybody can resurrect... Actually, I thought Warren Ellis did a good job resurrecting the new universe a few years back, but that only lasted like 12 issues. So now Jonathan Hickman's going to try and breathe some new life into the old new universe.
I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at Superman Family Adventures number 10. This is by Art and Franco. We got Zod on the cover here. Always fun stuff. We've only got, including this one, 3 issues left.
Yeah.
It's going to end at 12, which is kind of a bummer. But then you get, he's going to be writing that Occupy book, one of those movement books, The Green Team. And then we've also got comics to look forward to.
Think you can still support it on Kickstarter?
I'm not sure when the date ended, but I know they did real well.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to be able to finance the first 12 issues, and then from there, hopefully they'll just keep on going. Then I'm looking at Detective Comics number 18. This is Requiem. This is going to be a follow-up to the death of Damian.
Yeah. Damian
Wayne, the death of Robin last week. I feel bad for John Layman a little bit. He has just been kind of thrust into, oh yeah, John, that's great. We kind of got this event thing going. Oh, hey, you got to do this follow-up thing for Robin. Oh, hey, I'm really looking forward to the man just being able to write his own stories. And I think he's doing a good job of weaving his Penguin tale in here. And I like what he's doing with the Penguin. I like the whole Penguin running the speakeasy, the mobster kind of role, better than kind of the silly villain that they've had him as in the past. And I think Layman's doing a cool job with that. Nice. Then I'm looking at Shadow Man number 5.
That's a great cover.
There are a lot of great covers. There's also an all-black cover with kind of the image on just kind of laid in there and slightly less black. They did that with issue number 1, too. This is essentially introducing the Master Dark, the main villain here. He's been in there a little bit. We've seen him. We've had some small appearances. He is full force coming on now, and he's going to attack Jack Boniface. I am really looking forward to this. He was the villain in the Valiant universe in that early run. I thought he was awesome. Really, really looking forward to this. Oh, man, that looks cool. I've been waiting for this book to get to where I wanted it to be kind of deal. And it's been a little slow, and it hasn't been my favorite, but now I'm looking for this to kick it in the pants. Then we've got Great Pacific number 5. I'm a couple issues behind on this, but I really like what I've read. It's kind of already gotten past its whole thing a little bit where, the guy just kind of takes off, steals the family fortune and takes off on this garbage island. But they're, groups trying to find him, but there's other people on the island. Really, really cool stuff. I dig it. This is one of those books that, of course, the number one got a lot of attention, and then people stopped talking about it because it's an Image that doesn't have a TV show yet. So as soon as something else goes on, people will be all over it. But Image has been doing some great stuff, including the stuff that is not getting all the high dollar attention. I like this book, Black Acre. Black Acre number 4, I think, has been kind of cool. As I said, it kind of follows the tale of a similar to which dead movie of Romero's was it, where they were living in the Land of the Dead?
Land of the Dead.
They're living in the apartments. Well, the rich people essentially are buying up land before everything goes to hell in a handbasket for whatever purpose. They end up building this community, this tower. The rest of the world's gone to hell, but these people are living the high life, and yet they've got soldiers. It's very kind of a feudal thing. They've got people that are in the lower classes, and this one particular guy they send out to bring back a soldier who's in kind of like this wasteland. They really sent him to kill him. They're now introducing you to other characters. There are things going on outside of those walls, and we're going to get more into this. I do believe this is an ongoing, and it's been cool, and I dig it. Then I'm looking at issue number 1. This is an Image number 1. This is Lost Vegas by, was it Jim McCann?
Jim McCann.
Jim McCann, who is also doing Mind the Gap, which I really like that book a lot. This, I'm not even really sure what it's about. It looks like a Las Vegas gambling thing, but it's also got some aliens in it. Yeah, some aliens and some creatures. And I'm willing to give Jim McCann a shot because I really like that Mind the Gap. I think it's a good book. And it's an Image number 1. I want to give it a try because they've been doing some good stuff.
I think this is the team that did that Return of the Dapper Man book.
Oh, okay.
For Archaea. 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, that got a lot of attention, won a lot of awards. So yeah, some good people. Right on.
Then we're looking at issue 5 of Bedlam. Love this book. I think the art is awesome. I really like this character. This issue starts out really strange. They're doing like a little flashback to show you how it is that Fillmore gets normal, kind of normal. He's still a total weirdo, and this is kind of fun because he's positioned himself where he wants to help out this female cop, and now he's kind of doing a ride along, and he's acting weird, and he's kind of trying to help, but they're trying to find this serial killer who there is some religious connotations, and it basically looks like a bunch of kids were molested. Imagine that. It happens, and we've got so many stories about that, and then one of them is maybe going nuts and killing people that were involved. Mm-hmm. So it's been cool. You're not only dealing with the Matter Red story and him being this Fillmore character, you've also got another murderous person that you're dealing with, and it's been cool. So that is the bulk of my stack. What are you looking at this week?
I'm starting off with Green Lantern number 18. It's the Wrath of the First Lantern Part 5. Jeff Johns and all of the Lantern creative teams are wrapping up their book. This is back to Hal Jordan and Sinestro, and it looks like Simon Baz are in the realm of the dead, or they're inside a black ring or something going on like that. So yeah, this is just continuing the story. This is all going to wrap up really what Jeff Johns has done. I think he had mentioned recently he's just finished issue 20, which is going to be a double-sized issue, his final issue that wraps up everything that he started back in 2004 on Rebirth. So I'm looking forward to it. It's Green Lantern is one of my favorite characters, has been for a long time. Jeff Johns has had a phenomenal run. Really, the reinvention of Green Lantern is kind of the beginning of the modern DC that we get. I mean, that's really
true.
Jeff Johns laid the groundwork for kind of rebooting a character and really wound up applying to the entire DC universe as a whole. So it's been a great book.
It's like a 9-year run, and you don't really see that in comics anymore. Guys tell their story and they get out.
Yep.
It was always Peter David was the one that you always kind of referenced on Incredible Hulk, and Chris Claremont on the X-Men too. But you don't get that anymore.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see Jeff Johns, basically took time, told a great story, and let's hope the next creative team is.
They've announced the teams. We'll see what they're. Nobody that's kind of at the level of Jeff Johns, but Jeff Johns wasn't really Jeff Johns when he took over this book. So next up is Green Arrow number 18. Last issue was the first issue by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. I thought it was a good issue.
I liked it.
I liked it quite a bit. Definitely been a step up. It also does have a little bit of the vibe of the TV show to some extent. So certainly people who are familiar with the show can step onto the book now. What's interesting that the show and this have both done is, the Green Arrow history has always been he was stranded on an island. He learned his skills on the island. and then he came back to civilization. Both the show and this book now seem to be putting a new kind of focus on that island.
Yes.
I think they did a little bit of that, Andy Diggle and Jock, in the Green Arrow Year One. But I think it's interesting that now that island, which was just kind of a throwaway plot device, is now becoming an essential part of the character, which is a very interesting way to take it. I'm kind of behind on the TV show, so I don't really know what they have or haven't revealed about the island there. I don't know if this is going to fit in very well or not, but this is something, this is why DC did the New 52, is now they can do this. They can tell stories set in the past. They can give us information about the characters that don't contradict anything, because there's only been 18 issues of continuity, so it's kind of hard to contradict, even though they have contradicted a few things, but we'll let it slide. Next up, Earth 2 number 10. This is the beginning of the introduction of the Earth 2 Dr. Fate. Cool. So we're still introducing characters. We got the Fury a couple issues ago. Okay. This, in the last issue, we got introduced to Wotan, and Nabu is mentioned. And this character, it's not Kent Nelson anymore. It's somebody else. Khalid is his name, who presumably is going to be the new Dr. Fate. Okay. So yeah, they're really doing a good job of slowly rolling out really an entire world full of characters that are based on the old Earth 2 characters. So good stuff overall. Next up, Superman number 17. This is the conclusion of Hell on Earth. Honestly, I don't think this crossover has really worked all that well for me.
No.
I've read the Superman stuff. I tried to not read some of the tie-in stuff, but it was confusing. And then I read some of it, and it wasn't very good. And then I looked the rest up online, and it's kind of a little all over the place, a little redundant in a lot of ways. Okay. It's still, Superman has been a solid book. This is an introduction of the new DC, or the new 52 Oracle, which is some big, powerful alien creature, and not Barbara Gordon. So yeah, I think there was kind of a swing and a miss on this big crossover. They're tough to pull off, but this is the conclusion of it and the introduction of kind of a new big concept. And hopefully we can just get back to some Superman stories.
That's what I would like.
Let's try that for a change. Next up, we've got Snapshot number 2. This is Andy Diggle and Jock. First of all, the artwork is phenomenal.
Yes.
Jock is a fantastic artist. He looks great in black and white. The story here is pretty interesting. It's a guy finds a cell phone, and on it there's pictures of a murder. He goes to the police. The police are wondering, hey, how do you have this? This is not your cell phone. They don't know what's going on. Just as that happens, the person who has been murdered shows up at the police station to claim his phone, saying that the whole thing was staged. It was part of one of those murder mystery things, and he lost his phone. Although, actually, somebody had shown up to try to get the phone and attempted to kill the guy who worked at a comic book store. Then they go find the guy, and it turns out he actually is dead again. And then the guy who was attempting to kill the guy who ran the comic shop hands him his gun and says, "Okay, kill me." So I don't know where this is going. It's kind of twisty and turny, and I like stories like that keep you kind of guessing as to what's going on. It's tough because when you do that, you have to have a hell of a payoff, and I don't know that Andy Diggle can do that. But we'll see. It's only
worried.
It's only 4 issues, so I'll give it a shot. And if nothing else, the artwork's fantastic. Next up, Daredevil: End of Days. This has been a really good book.
It has. I like it.
I got caught up on it. Ben Urich is a great character. It's a Daredevil book that Daredevil really isn't in, right? Except in flashback, and maybe in this issue. Well, that's kind of an interesting shot. But Daredevil is dead or vanished supposedly, and Ben Urich is.
But we've got Daredevil Inc.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes, apparently.
He trained some other people. There's a costume that's smaller than Matt Murdock.
But it's a tour of Daredevil's universe. We've seen the Punisher. We've seen Elektra. We saw Turk. We saw the Bullseye.
And it has to be told by Ben Urich. There's no one else who can tell the story.
Bullseye has a great death scene. Great book. This is Daredevil is really what put Bendis on the map. And I know now the current book has a very different tone, but this fits in very well. If you basically end the Brubaker run, you can go right into this, and it'll all flow seamlessly.
Just ignore the Andy Diggle run.
Poor Andy Diggle.
He just didn't get Daredevil. He's sort of where, Bendis had said, I'm just going to sort of leave this in a place, and hopefully Brubaker can get us out. And he leaves Matt Murdock in prison. Brubaker gets him out. Brubaker tells some great Daredevil stories. Then he goes, you know what? I don't know, I think Andy Diggle can do it. And he leaves him with, Daredevil while leading the hand, and then Diggle couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. It was an interesting premise. Just didn't quite work.
No execution.
But next up, I've got Superior Spider-Man number 5. I'll talk about the book this time.
Fair enough. I've already done the first 4, so
I have
give me a break.
I have no anger for Dan Slott. This has been a solid story.
It has been a good story.
And the hype aside, once you actually sit down and read the story, it's actually feels like most of Slott's run, a very classic Spider-Man story.
Yes.
Is it a brain swap? Is it a delusion? We don't know. We'll find out eventually.
Issue 9, is that?
It's certainly been interesting in that it gives a way to kind of change up the status quo a little bit. Slight tweaks to the costume, slight tweaks to his MO and to his technology. All things that are kind of an interesting way to just add a little something to the character over time. And it's been kind of interesting watching this character, if it is Doc Ock, kind of changing and growing and actually starting to adopt some heroic aspects. And if it's not, it's kind of an interesting way to get some changes in Peter's personality and in his situation. Great stuff. There was great stuff with Aunt May last issue. So yeah, I'm hoping they don't drag this out. I'm hoping that they're smart and that they, when they're going to put all the toys back in the box, that they're going to do it fairly soon and, keep some of the changes. Some of them are nice.
What I liked about his interaction with Aunt May is he was being loyal to the stories that have come before. Mm. While Peter keeps screwing up with his aunt, Doc Ock almost married her.
Yeah.
So Doc Ock cared. No, we got to go to the thing for Aunt May.
Yeah.
So, of course, Doc Ock gets over there because he cared about her in a different way than Peter did. And Peter cares about her, but he's got this overwhelming responsibility in a different way.
Yep. And it's interesting.
It was good. It was well done.
To see Peter being upset at Ock living his life better than he does. And I think if it does turn out that it is Peter after all, that'll be kind of nice because it shows that Peter will realize he can do that. So yeah, what started off as basically kind of a cheap gimmick is turning out to be a way to add a little texture to the character.
Yeah, agreed.
Next up, All New X-Men number 8. This is a great book. We've talked about it a lot. I don't quite know what the plot is at this point.
Last issue was great.
I think, I don't know if this is... it looks like we're meeting the Avengers are going to meet the young X-Men, I guess. I don't know what we could call them. But yeah, the idea, the X-Men from the past have come up to the present and kind of seen the world that they're in. Oh, my. Looks like Jean Grey is going to be kind of a badass much quicker than she was before. But this is great stuff.
Because she's learned so much in these few issues, and it's all kind of clicking.
Yeah.
And her powers are stronger than they should be at that age.
Right. It's a great character book, and seeing the characters interact with their modern selves has been a lot of fun. And honestly, I have no idea where this is going.
No.
That's the thing. This is a book that's keeping you guessing because I have no idea what he's got up his sleeve.
Agreed.
So that's my stack.
All right, here. I guess that brings us to our top picks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't even necessarily have to put this thing in my stack because it's going to sell all by itself. If I can't sell a book with sex on the cover, I'm doing something wrong.
Spelled out twice.
Oh, is it spelled out twice?
Yeah, because it starts there.
Oh,
and wraps
and through
around.
the whole set. So there you go. This is Joe Casey. He does some interesting stuff, some crazy stuff from time to time. This, what is like a futuristic world with sex robots? Is that what I'm led to believe? I believe. The artwork looks great. There's
some nakedness.
There's some nakedness. There's some weirdness. The art looks great.
Great color.
Yeah, this looks really, really good. So I'm curious. It's an image number 1. It's an image number 1 by Joe Casey, and it's titled Sex.
Yeah,
it has sex robots in it. Yeah, I'm curious about that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting off with some robots too, but they're not sex robots. They're more killing robots. I'm doing Age of Ultron Book 1. This is the next big Avengers / Marvel event.
Oh, is that supposed to be 3D or something?
I don't know.
Why is it so damn blurry?
I don't know. It looks... Oh, I guess things are shaking.
Okay.
But it's Brian Michael Bendis.
Really, the shaky cam in movies isn't bad enough. We now have shaky panels.
And we've got Brian Hitch on the art.
Looks great.
Ultron, always one of the best of the Avengers villains, and now he's basically making his big play, taking over the world, whatever he's going to be doing here. I was a little skeptical about this. I love Bendis' stuff. Certainly the stuff he's doing on X-Men is great. I think his event books have been a little weaker. I was not that thrilled with Secret Invasion. And I thought Siege started good and kind of crapped out. So we'll see what happens here. But certainly, even though I have my misgivings, because, Marvel events, I loved Avengers vs. X-Men, but that had a lot of writers on it.
Yes.
And a lot of Jonathan Hickman. So we'll see if Bendis can actually make this one work. They've been working on it for years.
I'm excited about it. They say this is the thing because they keep talking about a future where Ultron takes everybody out. Now they're going to get to that.
Yeah.
That chromium cover looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Big superhero battles. Let's just hope they can stick the landing because that's always the problem with Marvel events lately.
Yes.
I'm sure it's going to be a great ride. Whether or not it pays off in the end, we'll find out in a couple of months. Hitch is not doing the whole book. I think he's doing half of it, and then Brandon Peterson is doing the back half. But Bendis is writing the whole thing. So that's a nice big apocalyptic New York shot.
That's great.
Basically, Ultron takes over the world, and he's not having sex with anyone.
But, I find it interesting. We did a real nice play here, a real nice progression with robots to build right in. And I don't even know that we did it on purpose.
We did not.
The next thing I'd really like to plug that I'd like to leave you with is on the 8th of this month, which is going to be Friday, we're doing a big push here for Actionopolis' new title, All Robots Must Die, written by Chad Dradowski. Beyond a friend of the show, I mean, he's one of the clique, really. He was our Zod Complex co-host.
Yeah, and he's really in many ways the founder of the Zod Complex.
Absolutely,
the name was his idea. So all of this is Chad's fault. So really, really talented writer, really great guy as well. The concept was created by Rob Worley, another very close friend of ours, and Shannon Eric Denton. Shannon's property is the whole Actionopolis. They were doing those books, and Rob published Air to Fire, which was one of the early ones. They got Actionopolis going again, and you can pick up your copy of All Robots Must Die from Amazon.com. What we'd like you to do is, so we can make it, one of their top picks of the week or whatever, if you are going to buy the book, and we really think you should, it looks great, and I don't have my copy yet because I'm gonna play ball. We're gonna pick it up on Friday.
Pick it up on Friday. Go buy it on the 8th. You can buy a hard copy for $8, and the digital copy is only 99 cents. It's kind of an all ages, young readers kind of thing. Buy them both. That's what my plan is. And what we're also going to do is we're trying to figure everything out, but it looks like we're trying to get some copies of the book and have Chad in here on Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, nice.
So we're looking at that too. So, even if you buy your copy on the 8th and you bring it in on Free Comic Book Day, he'll still sign it.
Yep.
He'd be more than happy to do that. So, we got sex robots, we got Ultron taking everybody out, but at the end of the day, the message we want to leave you with is all robots must die.
Even the sex ones.
And that is your Week in Geek.